Most of us think building wealth is about picking that one perfect stock, right? Or finding some kind of secret investment. But what if I told you the secret isn't what you buy, but the order you buy it in? Today, we're going to break down a whole system for building wealth, one really strategic purchase at a time. This right here, this is the core idea that just changes the entire game. Seriously. If you skip the steps we're about to walk through, your investments are always going to feel small, your risks are going to feel high, and you'll just end up working way harder to, just keep up. This one little shift in perspective, well, it's the foundation for everything. So what does this actually look like? Well, the common path is what we're all taught. Just scrape together a couple $100 and try to invest it. And what happens? You get this slow, really frustrating growth. The wealth order, though, is totally different. It's all about building your systems first so that later you can invest a large surplus. And that's what leads to rapid, systematic growth. It's a completely different strategy. Okay, to make this super clear, we're going to treat this like a 5-step ladder. We're going to start at the very beginning with the starting point. Then we'll build the foundation, fire up the engine, get to the end game, and finally, we'll figure out your next step. First things first, before you even think about buying a stock or any asset, your very first purchase has to be your own time. Why? Because wealth isn't built in some single brilliant moment. No way. It's the result of consistent, focused action, day in and day out. And for that, you need the one resource you absolutely cannot afford to waste: uninterrupted time. Let's just reframe this for a second. Buying back your time, it's not about being lazy, not at all. It's a strategic investment. It means getting rid of all those tiny, time-sucking tasks that just create friction in your life, so you can finally focus on the stuff that actually moves the needle. Time is the ultimate multiplier. It literally makes every other resource you have, especially your money, way more powerful. And listen, this isn't about hiring a private chef or anything crazy. It starts small. Think about it. Meal prep or grocery delivery could save you hours every single week. Automating your bills so you never even have to think about them. Bundling all your errands into one trip. Or how about this one? Just unsubscribing from all those newsletters and notifications that are constantly stealing your focus. These are all small, tactical purchases of your own attention. So here's the crucial point. If you can't find 10 to 15 hours of focused time each week to actually work on building your future, you don't have an investment problem, you have a time problem. And before you do anything else, you absolutely have to buy back those hours. All right, let's climb to the next rung on the ladder and see how this all connects. Once you've carved out that focused time for yourself, what do you do with it? You invest it right back into yourself. Specifically, in buying skills that are going to dramatically increase how much you can earn. This just nails it, doesn't it? This is why so many people get stuck. They try to multiply a tiny amount of money. I mean, think about it. A 10% return on $1,000 is $100. That's not going to change your life. You need to focus on making the base amount, the thing you're multiplying, bigger in the first place. So what even makes a skill high income? It's not just about being good at something. It's got to have 3 key properties. First, it's close to the money. We're talking sales, marketing, deal making. Second, it scales. You get paid for the result, not just for the hour you put in. And third, it's always in demand. You're building an ability that the market is consistently looking for. And the whole point of this step, the entire reason you're building these skills, is to create one thing: surplus capital. That's the money that's left over after all your expenses are paid. And that surplus isn't just extra cash. It's the fuel. It's the raw material for everything that's coming next on this ladder. Okay, so you've got time, you've got a high income skill, and that's creating a nice surplus. Now it's time to build the engine. This is where you create systems to really leverage that skill and turn it into predictable, scalable income. Just think about it for a second. There are 2 kinds of struggling professionals out there: the ones with no skills and the ones with amazing skills that absolutely nobody knows about. In the real world, talent by itself just isn't enough. You need access. You need a system that brings opportunities to you instead of you having to constantly hunt for them. So what is distribution really? It's any system that repeatedly brings the right people to you. It could be a YouTube channel where you share what you know, a newsletter where you build trust, a social media account where you teach. The key here is that it gives you pricing power. See, when you're invisible, you kind of have to take whatever price you can get. But with distribution, you have options. And this distribution system, it feeds what we call a cash flow machine. This is the moment where you truly stop trading your time for money. It's a system you build that just keeps producing income, whether you're actively working that day or not. It's stable, it's predictable, and it's repeatable. And this could look like a lot of different things. It could be a productized service where you sell a standard package instead of your hours, or maybe a small agency with clients on monthly retainers, giving you that predictable income. It could even be a digital product or a software tool that you build once and can sell over and over again. The specific model honestly matters less than the principle. It has to generate a reliable surplus every single month. And now, only after those first 3 steps are locked in, do we finally get to the last stage, the end game. This is where you take that surplus from your cash flow machine and you use it to buy true ownership. This is the big shift. Everything we've talked about up until now is about creating income. This stage is about keeping and multiplying that income. This is where traditional investing finally makes sense, because now you have significant surplus to pour into it. This is where rich people live, in ownership. And there's a pretty clear hierarchy to ownership, like a stack you can build from the safest to the most powerful. You start with broad index funds to own a tiny piece of the entire economy. It's diversified, it's simple. Next, maybe you move to cash-flowing real estate to hedge against inflation. After that, you could look at equity in specific private businesses for a higher upside. And then finally, the ultimate form of ownership, buying businesses outright, which gives you the maximum control and leverage.
And that really is the heart of this whole thing. Wealth is not a lottery ticket. It's not about finding that one perfect move. It's about building a systematic machine where buying back your time makes it easier to build a skill, which makes it easier to create distribution, which then fuels a cash flow machine, which finally allows you to buy ownership. You see, every single step enables the next one.
So, after walking through this entire ladder, the final step isn't about looking way ahead into the future. It's actually about looking at where you are right now. So take a second and just look at these steps. Are you fighting for time? Are you in the middle of building a skill? Are you invisible? Are you missing that cash flow machine? Or are you at the ownership stage? Being brutally honest with yourself about where you currently are, that's the only way to know what your very next purchase really needs to be.